That's what we needed. You're not talking at all?
No, no.
You're just going to sit there. That's okay, because Paul Musso does a good job.
I've been very busy. Paul's good, you can
Paul's
have him
good.
here next week instead of me.
You're
Is that
not
what you
getting
mean?
out of this.
I think I'm done.
I think you are.
Are we on the air yet?
Are we ready? Live?
It's interesting what it's doing right now. It says it's still loading.
No, it's more interesting.
It says that it's live.
It
I
says
don't know.
Is it live? We don't even know if we're doing
It
a show or
says
not doing
it's
a show.
live.
We're definitely doing a show. This is Corinne Caro from the Daily Blue. Welcome to Realty Connects Long Island.
We don't know if we're on. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We're really hoping that we are. Our
This is Corinne Caro from the Daily Blue.
Oh, thank you.
Straight.
It's working. You're
Okay,
right.
We're on? Oh my God. So this is going to be a blooper next week, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, well, that's
At
okay.
least everything else is on properly. Let me see, John.
Probably.
Yeah, she's all done.
Here we
Stop
go.
checking me out, okay, on camera. Listen, we are here at the Daily Blue today, and we are here to discuss some serious real estate things going on, okay? Because I'm not just here to party with you guys.
It's a serious business.
This is serious business.
First and
Serious.
foremost, isn't it nice to see John?
Yeah, it's nice to
actually
see John here and
not on
participating.
vacation?
Yeah. Yeah, but
Oh
he's
my.
trying to get
Have
out
you hear
of,
this?
he's trying to get out of vacation,
I've
doing
taken
the show
one
next week.
vacation since 1947, and I'm getting
47.
abused for this. Come on.
Listen, just because you have that,
I took
your
3 days
50 around
off.
50 award on the table
I took,
before.
oh, I was doing some recruiting. By the way, if you'd like to get into real estate, Realty Connect is booming. It's a great place to be. But of course, I just threw that out as a short commercial.
Yeah, no self-proclamations
No,
here.
not
No,
at all.
nothing.
So the stock market's doing well.
Stock market's doing real well.
and
What's going on?
I think they want everybody to have a happy Thanksgiving and
Oh,
have
how
plenty of
nice.
money to buy
And be
Thanksgiving dinner.
thankful.
And be
Stock
thankful.
market's up 22%.
Yeah.
What does that mean for
Over
real
last
estate,
year.
though?
Ah, that's the question we're asking Mr. Big.
The big cheese is here.
I
Paul
know who
couldn't
that is.
answer. Paul couldn't answer that question last week, but he did a fantastic job getting remarks from Michael.
Yeah.
Did you
Oh,
see the
good.
shot? Yeah.
And
Oh,
I couldn't get his
anytime-
hand off my knee. There's
Really?
something
That's
happened.
scary.
Yeah, it was pretty scary.
Okay, back live.
Real estate.
What does it mean that the stock market's up? It
Yeah.
means that consumer confidence is good and that people are starting to feel comfortable with what's going on and so in the economy, and that will bring more buyers out, and we'll have a more active real
So-
estate market in 2014. And
That's good.
actually, in the next 60 days, throughout the holiday season, I think the market is going to be very active.
What about interest rates, in your opinion?
I have no interest in that.
Yeah.
No.
In the next 90 days, well, the whole entire public does.
I can't help myself.
You get a handle on that.
I think the interest rates are going to be good for the next 90 days, but they're predicting that they will go up. And of course, if the economy gets good and stabilizes, and the government stops buying bonds at $85 billion a month, and they drop it down to $75 billion a month, it'll go up. And if it goes up to 4 or 5%, goes up to 5%, it's going to make a substantial difference in buying power for some buyers. So it'll take them out of the market or put them in a house much smaller than the house they hope to get.
Okay.
So right now is a great time to take advantage of what's going on.
And in a continuation of what he just, of last week when John wasn't here, which we spoke about this, and I said that we had noticed that the consumer is coming back to the market now. They are coming back to the market, and I do agree with John that the buyers are really still out there, and even though it normally gets to where it's very serious buyers in December and January, I agree with John. I think we're going to see more people out there continuing to look.
Yeah.
For the
And
next 2
unfortunately,
months.
some people take their house off the market because they don't want activity during the holidays. They have family coming over and their sons and daughters coming home from college and all
Right.
that great stuff.
Right.
But it's a super time to sell the house. First of all, it's decorated for the season, and
Right.
there's always something cooking, and the smells are great,
Yeah.
and the communities are all lit up. It's a wonderful time to sell your house, and you're not going to be inundated with buyers. You're not going to have like 20 buyers a day to disrupt it. If you get 2 buyers throughout the next 2 months through the holiday season, there'll be 2 of the most serious buyers that will ever look at a house.
Okay.
It's funny, I had 2 people I overheard the call center
You're eavesdropping.
saying, oh, you don't want to show it over Thanksgiving, and I ran over to Kerry, our call center, and I said, they don't want to show it over Thanksgiving. When do they want to show it? Oh, the people want to show it Saturday and Sunday. I said, remind the homeowner right this second that aren't they going to be sick of the family that's visiting by then? It'll be an excuse to get them out of the house. She did that,
What a
and
way.
one of the people changed
I
their
hope
mind.
you don't say that to your
No,
family.
I
You
don't.
can't wait to have them over, right?
Well, no, he visits and they can't wait to get him out of the
Oh, is
house.
that- I see. This marketplace reminds me of the time when I bought my house. I mean, do you think in 1997, I guess?
Tell us about it.
You know, it felt like there was a lot of foreclosures happening and that the market was low. And at 19, I was able to, that's a caller, I was able to get a house, I think, at 19 years old and struggle. I really, really wanted to own a house and struggled to have that, but
Were
it
you
was
married or
possible.
single?
I was getting married.
Wow.
So you
But we
struggled
didn't
to
buy
buy
it
your
together,
first
no.
house.
I
So you
bought it, I
pushed-
was single
you
and I
pushed
struggled.
yourself.
Yes,
Excellent.
yes, and it was the best,
So
one of the best
that's
things
the
that I could
question,
have
was
done.
it worth it?
Absolutely. I
So it's
mean,
better to do without and I won't mention a company, but a cup of coffee that costs $4.60 and other things like that, and
I didn't have things like
to
that.
save
And
a little bit of money and put it into your house, and
A
the
lot of
payoff is
people-
huge at the end.
A lot of people were saying, why aren't you buying a really hot car or a really, go out partying, have fun, go on a
Yeah.
great vacation? And I was making decent money. I'm just thinking of a conversation I had with you, because once I told Michael, on a little sidebar here, once I told Michael that I was a dancer, and he took that to a whole other conversation, but I was a ballroom dancer. I was a ballroom
Yes,
dancer and I made
clarify.
good money ballroom dancing, which actually paid for college
That's
and
wonderful.
it paid for that first house.
Great.
So that's a
funny.
struggle,
That's a
but,
funny story. Let me tell you a quick story. When I bought my first house.
okay,
I was single, unattached. It was 1976.
wow,
And it took every dollar I had to buy.
okay,
And couldn't afford even curtains on the back of the house.
right,
I had the bed I grew up in.
really,
I had a hand-me-down couch and one of those card tables from back then in my kitchen. And when I closed, there was some unexpected things that came up, and I could not afford to buy the refrigerator I was gonna buy that
Really?
day.
really,
Now, keep in mind, this was 1976, and I closed on the house, and I could not afford curtains, so I put newspaper on the back of the
Really?
windows, and I put a cooler, which weren't these big fancy coolers now, and I would buy ice, and every day for a month and a half, I had to save a little bit, and save a little bit, and save a little bit. I started brown bagging it to work, and yes,
Okay.
I had a job that I worked very hard at,
yeah,
and it took me a month and a half, and I finally got a refrigerator, but it was the smartest thing I ever did. I sold that house 10 years later, struggled, then I was married with 2 children
in that house,
in that house. And when
Okay.
I sold that house, I had, actually it was 1.5, my wife was pregnant, so it was my second child.
okay,
And I
You
sold
sold
that house I paid $28,000 for it in
Wow.
1976. I sold it for $215,000.
wow,
That's
that's
fantastic.
beautiful.
That's
It,
great.
what was the reason, I've never asked you guys this, but what was that impactful for you getting involved in the real estate industry? Because for me, when I purchased that first house and it was a foreclosure, I really wanted to know and be involved in real estate.
Actually, it's funny you say that, and John, you're gonna be able to speak to this because of the business you are in, I'm sure. I then started buying houses, because at that time you could buy houses that needed work. 2 years later, those same houses, you had to pay $45,000 for them.
Okay,
But $45,000, we would buy them, fix
You
them
were
up, and
investing.
rent them. And I was
Okay.
I was still quite young, so we were the ones
Yeah.
emptying the house
and
out,
that's
we were the
what,
ones
that's what I
painting it.
wanted, right.
And we did that for a long time.
Don't you think now is a good time
Oh.
for investors to get those
Investors
Good
houses?
time
and
for
buyers.
investors
And buyers, of
and
course.
first-time home buyers.
Sure, it seems
Fabulous
ideal.
time.
Let me tell you another funny story. So
Oh,
my
good,
daughter
it's
got
story
married.
time, story time with Michael.
My
You can
daughter,
just rest here.
Yeah, let's listen.
my daughter got married about a month ago now. So they got back 3 weeks ago from their honeymoon, and they were having dinner at our house on Sunday afternoon. And unbeknownst to them, I'm sitting in the kitchen, and they're in the den watching the football game, and all of a sudden I just look up and I say, "Hey guys," now mind you, they're married 3 weeks. I said, "Want to go for a ride?" They said, "Oh, where are we gonna go?" So I smiled and I said, "I want to show you a house." And the two of them rolled their eyes. What do you mean? We just got married. I said, no, come on, we're going
He's
for a
always
ride.
showing us houses.
Yeah. He shows me a house.
All these listings
And the
that I.
reason is, I want them to buy. This is the time to buy, the time to buy, the time to buy.
So what you're saying
It's the time to
It's the
buy.
time
is,
to
you tell your sons,
Absolutely.
daughters to go buy a house because
I'm
and
trying
you're
to-
a professional in the business.
Exactly.
So if Michael's telling his family to do it, then the rest of the
I
world should
agree.
listen. It's time to go buy a house. There's never gonna be a better time.
That's
Can we
the thing.
just do a
Yeah.
quickie
That's-
story about what was your first house and then why did you get involved in real estate? Because I don't want Michael to take over the show.
No, that's
You did
okay.
miss
Michael's
last
doing a
week.
fine job.
Nice
Doing a great job. I was sleeping
It's
here and
fireside
you just
with
woke me
Michael.
up now. Oh my God. I don't remember my first house. I think it was a patch of dirt. And then they started building houses on the dirt, which was interesting. But I can tell you a good story is I sold a house in, not my first house, but I sold a house in Massapequa. And the house was shipped and ordered from a Sears catalog. At one time you could buy a
For
house in
real?
a Sears catalog
It's true.
and they would ship the
Right down to the doorknobs.
Yes, they would ship everything to the property, and then you
Really?
had to build the house. And
It's
the
true.
house was fantastic. It was a great house.
Right.
It was somewhat older than most of the houses on the planet today.
Mhm.
But you could actually go to Sears catalog and look up the materials to buy
True.
a specific house and
Like
have
buying a
that house.
shed.
Yeah.
Pick your molding, which grade molding you want. It was
Wow.
literally a Sears and Roebuck's house.
Yeah, it
Wow.
was a Sears catalog house, and it was a fabulous house. And that house actually used to be the town hall too, so that goes
I-
back a few days.
And that's
Yeah.
worth a lot of money. Those homes are worth a lot of money.
To tell you the truth, I really don't know today. I'm
Okay.
not really active in that particular market right now
Right.
myself, but it was an
Why
interesting
did you
story
get
behind it.
involved in real estate yourself? What was the changing turning point moment for you that wanted you to
Wow,
be
that's a
involved?
good question. Because a friend of mine actually got into real estate, and he called me up and he said, "You should do this."
Okay. Does he know how successful you are now?
I know, I haven't seen him in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was way back, that was in 1975.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, so it was some time ago, but, he said, you'd be good at this, and I got into the business in 1975,
A year apart from him buying his first house.
yeah.
But
He's
you
a
guys were
lot
not-
older than me, though.
I know.
Yeah,
We can't even get you that 50 around 50 award because you gotta get the,
you have to get there first.
Yeah, you gotta
In
really
my
get there.
dreams.
okay, so talk to us about are you seeing those first time home buyers in your real estate, in Realty Connects?
You know, what we're really seeing is that young people are really smart today, and
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. They really are looking at things in a different perspective, and they are, here's one calling now for a house, thank God.
I have we have a couple questions that came in that I will
Okay,
make sure that you get,
excellent.
Brandon. Okay,
But they are actually, the people out there, the young people out there, this generation are buying houses, they're looking into their future, they're setting themselves up because they realize, most of them look at the wealth, the family wealth,
okay,
their parents' money, and their uncles or their cousins, or the family wealth, most of it, I would probably say for the average family, 80% of their wealth is their home. Those who rented don't have that money. You might have a small portfolio, for a pension or something like that, and some stock portfolio, but if you bought a house and you lived in that house for 25 or 30 years, or you still own that property, like Michael said, if you bought his house for 125 and he still had it, it might be worth 450 now,
45.
and it's paid off, so there's,
28,
there's your family wealth.
right,
Yes.
There's your
Yes.
personal wealth,
sure.
and young people see that.
Yes.
Why rent?
And you know what else they do? And I know we've said this before, when they buy, they're buying and they're enjoying it. They're not saying,
Yeah.
oh, how much did I make on it? They're just excited about the whole process of putting in roots and going back to what we remember. It was their home. I
Right.
mean, even though what I said about the home I bought for 28,000, that became my home.
Right,
I mean, I didn't even know my wife then. I
Right.
met my wife, I had my first
It was so
child there.
grounding though.
Yeah, it was
It's
just
so
so
grounding.
wonderful.
But do you worry that the next generation, I mean, I think that I was different to buy a house young. Do you worry at all that the next generation isn't investing early enough?
I think they are.
You think they
I
are?
think
we're
you're getting
seeing
smart.
Good.
I
I
think
really
we're
do.
seeing
I
a
see
shift
that.
to
Good.
the people that are 24 and 25.
It's great
They're
investment.
really seeing the value.
Yeah.
And
The
what I'm
smarter
saying is they
people
see
out
Instead
there,
of
the more
renting.
intelligent people in that generation are running to buy a
Okay.
house.
You know what's really cool
That's
that we
exactly
should
right.
mention that Michael and John are speaking actually at the Lynx event, Long Island Incorporated, on December 1st about young people getting involved in the real estate community and the
I'd
difference.
love to have more people come.
It's
That
gonna
would
be wonderful,
wonderful.
so-
We have a good turnout already, but.
Oh, it's
This
excellent.
it's gonna be Q&A, rent or buy.
Rent or
Yeah,
buy,
rent or
and
buy.
this is exactly what the young community, I commend you guys about teaching the young people about this very issue to make sure that Long Islanders stay here, because I think a huge issue around our community is it going to be affordable to stay here long term? We're worried about our kids affording the taxes and really you can do it. And with
Yes.
professionals like you that guide and teach,
Yeah,
and
you
lead the
can do
way.
it, and it's well worth doing.
And
So
right,
if-
and right now, with the prices still being where they are, because they are starting to, level off and head in the right direction, the rates being low, you're still buying at a great price.
Sure.
And the affordability for the children that are employed, they're in a good place. They can
Yeah.
afford to buy in areas they wanna buy in now.
I want to make sure that our viewers, if they have someone that they think would be, oh, we have a viewer calling in. And make sure that we get that up on the screen also. We want to let you know that if you would like to send somebody to that lecture that you guys are doing,
Yeah, would you say where it is?
yeah, please, it's, geez, I'll make sure that I get it for you before the show's over.
Sure.
But,
And if anybody
they
would
can
like
give
to
a call,
join,
let
they
them
can
know.
give us a call at 516-702-5406, or they can text that number, or they can email us at realtykennectslongisland@gmail.com, and we'll send out an invitation to attend that event. It's gonna be a great event to attend and get the information you need to make an intelligent and good decision about purchasing your first home. Or if it's your second home, it's still worth coming to that event. Or if it's a vacation home, perhaps you own a home now and you're interested in maybe buying another home, or a property that you may want to rent out. So please attend the event and ask any questions you might have.
Yeah, it's at BK Sweeney's, just to let you
BK
know.
Sweeney's?
BK Sweeney's in Bethpage, and that is Sunday, December 1st. Brunch will be included from 12 noon to 1:30.
BK
Fantastic.
Sweeney's,
BK
Bethpage,
Yeah.
1 to 2.
Yeah, renting versus buying, co-ops.
All right.
There's another discussion, so that versus houses, I think that's a great discussion.
Great.
Okay, so I know we have, also don't forget to email questions in,
Yeah.
realtykennectsli@gmail.com, or call 516-702-5406. We've had a few questions, I don't know if we'll be able to get to them today,
Right.
but
I think
we
we have to
can.
jump to our listings
Yeah,
at this
I know.
point.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but we will answer your questions on next week's show. Next week there is no show, right?
There isn't a show next week,
We're
and,
gonna do a
It's
rerun.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Yes, happy
but we
you
will
and
be
your
in the
family and
new
friends
studio,
enjoy it.
which we've been threatening for a couple weeks
Oh,
now, but we
nice.
will be in the new studio, and you guys will just walk in like the divas that you are. Do you have any requests for,
Diva. Never
green
quite
and-
I've
thought
never
of
been a
myself
diva.
as a
No,
diva.
yeah, you're a little bit diva. Blue and gold M&Ms you want on the table?
Black coffee with
Okay,
sugar.
we'll make sure that's ready for you. So let's get to our first listing. This seems like a great investment right here, right in Selden for $269,900. A rare find expanded farm ranch. You guys have anything to chime in on this?
No,
I'm not
go right
a
ahead.
real
You're
estate
doing great.
professional.
You're doing great. Look
Okay.
at that. That's a
Okay.
nice house. That's
Wow,
a
it's
great
nice
house. Look at that
big-
fireplace.
Nice big family room.
And
Yeah.
the taxes are only $7,950.
Covered porch.
Brick
Ooh,
patio. That's a great house.
Nice, beautiful.
There's a great house if you want to get
That's a
started,
good buy.
especially with those taxes.
Here's one,
This looks very pretty. Well maintained, great curb appeal.
Yeah, that's a nice looking house. Very
stunning
nice.
cape, tons of features, great extended family, entertaining, I guess it has room for.
Yeah.
Looks like it goes on and
Oh,
on.
there's a holiday
That's a
right
nice
there.
picture.
Look at that. That's
That's all
beautiful.
for $524.
And look at that kitchen, granite countertops. all
I like that
granite.
little space there. And you
Yeah.
know the guy who's trying to take your place, Paul Musso,
He's
that's
gonna
his
take
list.
my
Yeah,
place,
he's
yeah.
trying.
All right.
He did a good job, but he
All right,
didn't do
that's
like,
good.
it wasn't
He
you.
wasn't up to us, but he's getting there.
But this is beautiful. Okay, Deer Park is the next listing.
Oh, Green Meadow Drive. This happens to be a bank-owned property.
Oh, this is your listing?
This is the-
Yes.
this is-
Oh.
And it's been all updated in the interior, painted, new carpet,
252,000?
kitchen. Yeah, it's a condo,
Wow.
and it's great, It has pool, clubs, everything's brand new. It's all
So
been
all your
updated.
plowing, your landscaping, everything's
Everything's
taken
done.
care of?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
In-ground
nice.
pools are
It looks
there,
brand new.
clubhouse, tennis courts, everything is there.
Were you
That's
there with
nice.
the hammer and nails? 'Cause it
No,
looks
no,
like-
we hired a crew to go in and take care of that
It
for
looks
us.
beautiful.
Yeah, but it's a great buy.
Okay.
Oh, here's one on 12 West 14th Street in Huntington Station, that's on for $249.9. Notice the prices, these are great
I can't get
first
over
time
it.
buyer
Yeah.
prices, this is
Yeah.
wonderful.
Reflective to everything we were
It
saying.
puts you right in the heart of Huntington Station, which is near everything, you're near all the roads. Yeah, there it is, huge driveway,
Yeah.
clean, that's a great house to start.
And here's another one.
Oh, you picked all.
Wow.
Yeah,
Brandon,
it's
you
all the
picked some
bargains.
good
We didn't even
bargains.
converse about
Yeah,
this, but
149.9.
$150,000?
You start,
This is-
great start.
Wouldn't
And that's
this be
in Farmingdale.
wonderful for our young people?
$4,200
Yeah.
in taxes.
Yeah.
I wanna buy this house.
Fabulous house. Yeah.
That's a great house. It's a great investment house, great first time buyer house.
Yeah,
Wonderful. Here's another one.
this looks charming.
Yeah, that's.
This
that's
is
a
like the
great house.
American dream
Yeah.
house,
Yeah,
right?
in
With a
Babylon.
white picket fence.
Yeah.
Babylon is such a sweet
I love
area,
Babylon.
right?
Babylon
is so
Village,
nice.
Babylon, beautiful.
How's your
really
office
nice.
doing over there?
Excellent.
Yeah,
Excellent.
I bet.
We have a very, very strong market share there, and the agent,
Yeah.
we've put on some of the most professional, well-rounded
And they're
agents
helping
I've
a lot
ever
of
seen.
people. They're
Yeah.
helping a
I
lot
love
of people.
your
They're
We're right
just
there
so
in the
excited.
town, we're involved a lot what's going on, the agents are really versed in the area.
love it.
This is a nice house, it's on
This is
for
beautiful.
$399,
Yeah, look at that.
good
Oh
sized
my gosh,
kitchen.
It's
Yeah, it
beautiful.
looks small on the outside, but it's not. It's
Yeah.
a
Nice big
wonderful house.
windows. Ooh.
Here's a nice house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, look at that, isn't that beautiful?
Oh.
And they're a husband and wife tag team, right? Paul,
Yes.
Belle, and Barbara?
Barbara and Paul, husband and wife, they do a great job.
That's
That's a
so
great
cute.
bump up
That is
price.
pretty.
Yeah, and that's a lakefront setting, which is just so relaxing. You come
I
home
know.
at night and sit outside.
I noticed you can use, there's office space in the home.
Oh,
You've
really?
got office space in it,
Yeah.
which you get the best of both worlds, and you're right there on the lakefront, very nice,
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
very nice.
And in Comac, Jim Manick has just listed this one. This is a beautiful, beautiful split, a nice house, very good sized house, large rooms, perfect for entertaining, three
Great
bedrooms,
bump up
3
house.
baths. Just a great house with central air, and,
And the thing I like about Comac is it's so centrally located, you're near everything.
Yes.
Oh,
It's just a
definitely.
great spot.
And we know that living,
Yeah.
moving over to Smithtown, there's a lot over there.
Yes.
But Comac is also known for having a phenomenal school district, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
I know all the school districts are really pretty good on Long Island, okay?
yes.
But
Long
Comac
Island
does
is
stand
great
out.
schools.
Yeah, it does.
That's nice and bright. Oh, look how pretty that is.
Yeah, look at that
Isn't it?
waterfall into the pool, isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, that's
Wow.
pretty. Those wow factors are what
That's
makes
a
it
wow
got.
factor.
Yeah.
So-
Happy Thanksgiving.
So that's just a few of our listings. What
I-
do you tell them this
you
time?
know
I
what?
say it every week.
Those are just a few of our listings that we have, but there are many, many more, thousands and thousands more. And by calling your Realty Connect agent, you can have access to all of those listings. I wanna say that I'm thankful for you guys. What are you thankful
Happy
for?
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I'm very thankful that I'll be spending the time with my family and friends, and I'm glad that I have such a wonderful family. I'm happy that we met you and we're doing the show with you, and I'm happy that I can put up with Michael.
Because he keeps grabbing your leg, right? But I also, I'm really thankful to live on Long Island. It's a beautiful place, and I feel really good about what we're doing. Thank you all for joining us. We hope that you and your family have a really happy Thanksgiving. If you're considering selling or buying, connect with Realty Connects. You guys are awesome. I really love you. We'll see you next week. We will be replaying a show, but join us in our new studios the following Friday, where you're gonna see a lot of great action. I have some surprises for you guys. We have paybacks then. Okay,
Yeah.
on thedailyblues.com, I'm Corinne Caro, here with our hosts Michael Arlino and John Fitzgerald. Stop talking now, guys, okay, enough, cut. Have a great weekend, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. You have more to say?